I'm actually sweating. I am so nervous about what is in this box. The journey from knowing it existed to purchasing it was less than 5 minutes. Nobody else has reviewed this, and I have not seen it anywhere on social media. This was not in my plans for 2025. I have not budgeted for this. I went completely out of pocket, £800. I want to not like this so I can return it. Maybe I should return it without looking at it. I'm sure I will either love it or hate it. And I think it will be down to the rose gold and whether or not it leans too pink where I don't want it, or if it leans more into the orange color where I do want it. No more procrastination. This is the first time I've ever ordered direct from Tissot. There we go. As much as I know we're all familiar with Tissot PRXs, this feels like a big release in my opinion. The first rose gold in men's. This is my honest first reaction. I don't want to open it. I'm actually sweating. Okay. Okay, I was wrong about loving it or hating it. It is not as orange as I would want it to be. I know that's silly considering it's rose gold, but this is my first Powermatic. And so the blue in this dial is dancing right now. I do think it will be important to see what it looks like on me. I don't know. You know what? Now I've taken off the plastic. I know. I'm keeping it. Let me put it on. Let's get the second reaction of me wearing it and see. It doesn't look as good on me as I would like it to. I think for me, with one of my favorite watches being this Patek Nautilus, I think that's secretly what I'd hoped this would look like and feel like. And it just doesn't. This, I think, leans too much into the rose, and I think I will be letting it go. Only because I think deep down what I wanted from this watch was to give me the look and feel of this that is one of, if not my favorite Nautilus. The issue is, one, this is too rose, as I suspected it would be, and the straight lines and sharp edges of this don't lend themselves well to this color combo. I think part of what I enjoy about that Patek is that because of its curves, it kind of works better for this color combo for some reason. I don't know why. I think I'll have to test it for a few days and then see how I feel. But for now, I'm not as happy with it as I expected to be. I think I thought I would like a watch that blended in well with my skin. And for some reason, I just don't like this as much. Again, I don't know why. I don't know what I expected. This is my first rose gold watch, and these are my first impressions.
What do you call it? Uniqueness, color, you know, the ones that you...
This has color?
What you've been experimenting with in terms of making your own, you know, there's stuff going on. This one looks... It looks like something you got out of August.
Oh!
And I'm not saying, because I personally don't like rose gold, and I don't think it suits a watch. Just like how you would buy a yellow skirt, but you won't buy a yellow pair of trousers. Mm-hmm. It's the same sort of dynamic. You'll buy a pink shirt, but you won't necessarily buy a pink hoodie.
Or a pink suit.
Or a pink suit. And that's where I think the rose cheapens it. And as I said, you've got more expensive watches. It looks ordinary, but it does what it's supposed to do. Mm. This one, it looks less than ordinary and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. For me. Sorry.
I'm a huge fan of the PRX line. I already have a blue quartz, and I actually came across this watch when looking for a green quartz. I have been very public about my hatred of the green quartz dial color because that is not green. Nobody can tell me that's green. If it is green, it's a horrible green. And I'd seen somewhere that they may have updated it to look a bit closer to the forest green of the Powermatic waffle dial. Then imagine my shock to get to the Tissot website and see this. I had to add to cart instantly. I then went straight to YouTube to see if anybody had reviewed this before. Nothing. There wasn't even anything on Tissot's social media pages about it. So I'm refreshing, skimming websites thinking I must be missing something. This must be a vintage model or something. No, it really is a new release. This is real. This is not a scam. To me, this is a big release. I've been saying for months that I think Tissot should have released a rose gold men's watch because I think it would have looked cool. So seeing this, I was mixed with shock and excitement. Think the reaction of a football fan when their favorite team scores a goal. I must say, it's only been a few minutes, but at the right angles, this is starting to look better. I think this rose gold and hopefully the future rose gold combinations will add some class to the range. I'm not sure this will look any good with a green dial or red dial, but Tissot did release a digital PRX, so who knows? I think the price makes sense. It's about 150 more than the standard Powermatic, so I guess it really is down to personal taste. With the PVD gold plating, I'm not sure if it's literally worth that, but I think aesthetically it's worth that, if that makes sense. I think this is definitely for your more outgoing watch collector as opposed to someone who wants a go anywhere, do anything. And I would say style wise, this is definitely a dress up watch. What I'd dress it up with? No idea. The two main cons I have about this, first is the date window. I mean, I'm not really sure there's anything that could be done about it, but it being white does stand out. And then again, something I don't expect anybody to do anything about, but the stainless steel materials of the movement does stand out a bit in a negative way. But I mean, it's the same as it would be on a Patek, so who cares? Okay. I've now had this for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna look at my wrist again and either confirm that I'm sending it back or still be in two minds. I think one of the things that gets me is anytime a watch is unlike any other watch in my collection, it like secures it a place because I love variation. So it's hard to imagine that I'll be sending back the only rose gold watch I've ever bought, knowing that I probably won't own any other rose gold watches because there are not many that are thin, automatic, great design, integrated bracelet, if any, anywhere near this price point. Overall, I love the idea, I love the execution, and I love the risk taken here. 7.4 out of 10. All right, after spending some time with this outside in the natural light in my garden, I'm keeping this. I think the very neutral / cold temperature of this studio light has affected how this looks. So I guess bear in mind that in different light, if you are on the cusp of liking it and not liking it, maybe you'll need to test it in different lights. But if, like me, you are on the cusp of loving it and liking it, definitely get it. Because seeing this outside has kind of pushed it from I'm not sure if I love it to yes, I love it. I was gonna like it either way.
I think I've figured out the best way to summarize this. In the last approaching 24 hours, I've seen that the best times I've liked the look of this watch have been in sunlight. This is a summer watch. I've realized that when I'm in like a darker, poor lit room, the rose gold looks a bit silly, and the highlight for me, the blue dial in contrast, is dimmed, so it doesn't look great. But when you go out into sunlight, yeah. So this is definitely an outdoor summer watch. You wear this to a wedding. That is where my mind is going. I'm now imagining, yes, I could wear this with a brown suit or any warm toned suit, and then with like a navy blue tie, that kind of thing. It's starting to come together, but under no circumstances, in my opinion, is this a basic gray suit kind of watch. and this is not a general any kind of evening watch. You really need to think about where you're wearing it. And I think this is the first time a watch has been so varied and controversial for me, where this goes from like a 6 in poor lighting to like a 8.5, 9 in great sunlight, hence the medium score. Thank you for bearing with me through that painful analogy. Also, now that we're at the end of the video, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. What I really value at this time is watching my other videos. This signals to the YouTube algorithm that my content is binge worthy. So if you don't have it in you to click subscribe and watch this next video, just watch this next video and then you can subscribe later.